Alright, in this video I'm going to go through problem 4 of chapter 3 on page 58. Okay. Now, when you're looking at this problem, there's a few things that are really important. The first one that I want to talk about is the BMW. So they purchased a BMW, a car, for $37,000. Now, for all passenger vehicles, these are part of class 10.1. The max edition is $30,000. So when we look at that BMW, we're not going to be able to record an edition of $37,000. We're going to have a max edition of $30,000. And then the other important rule that I want to bring to your attention for this problem is in regards to disposals. Disposals are always recorded at the lesser of either the cost or the proceeds. And so when we go through this problem, we're sometimes going to use the cost, we're sometimes going to use the proceeds, whichever is lower. Alright, so there's a lot of CCA schedules that have been provided for you at the back of the course pack. So you can grab one of these schedules and we're going to just start with problem 4. So you'll see that we're given UCC beginning of the year. We have class 8, we have class 10. Our class 8 beginning is $150,000. The class 10 is $20,000. Now the additions, the furniture and fixtures, we're going to put in class 8. And then we also have furniture and fixture disposals. And we're going to record these at the lesser of cost or proceeds. Now in question 4, my furniture and fixtures cost $13,000. I received proceeds of $18,000. My lower number is $13,000, which leaves me with a balance of $162,000. Right, my balance being my UCC beginning. I'm going to call this column 1. Additions column 2, disposals column 3. My balance is 1 plus 2 minus 3. Alright, now the half net additions is basically you are only allowed to take CCA on half of your additions less disposals. So this half net amount is always additions minus your disposals times 1/2. Okay, and that's in brackets. Now the trick about this half net amount is that it must be positive. It can never be negative. So here I'm going to take 25,000 less 13,000 equals 12,000 times 1/2 is 6,000. Now my subject to CCA is 156,000. And class 8 is at a rate of 20%. 156,000 times 20% is 31,200. My UCC is my balance minus my CCA, which is $130,800. So that's my class 8. Now let's talk about the class 10. So you'll notice that I had two vehicles I purchased, a BMW and a Corolla. Well, we've talked about how that BMW is going to be a class 10.1 with a max edition of $30,000. So this is the BMW, and the max edition is $30,000. Now the car I bought, the Toyota Corolla, that's just going to go into my class 10, which is all kind of vehicles because it had a cost of less than $30,000. Now my class 10 disposals. So here these disposals, I'm going to talk about them here. So my disposals for class 10 is going to be the lesser of either the cost, which for the Ford Focus, that's the car I'm selling, my cost was $12,000. My proceeds, it says that I only received $1,000 for the car, so the proceeds are my lower number. That's going to be my disposal figure. Now I'm going to take the 20,000 plus the 17 less the 1, and I get 36,000. Half net amount is going to be the 17 less the 1, which is 16,000, times a half is 8,000. Subject to CCA is 28, and class 10 is at 30%. Take the 28,000 times 30%, I get 8,400 as my CCA, and my CCA for the year is 27,600. Now my last asset, which is the class 10.1 vehicle. Oh, my disposals, I actually don't have a disposal, so that should be 0. My balance is going to be 30,000, and my half net amount is going to be 15. So 30 less 0 times a half. Subject to CCA is 15,000 times 30%, which is the rate for class 10.1. I get 4,500 for CCA. Take my balance less my CCA, I get 25,500. So in this question you're asked, what is the max CCA? Well, if you add the class 8, 10, and 10.1, the max CCA is 44,100. So that is the max CCA. One thing that's important to note is that CCA is optional. So you can claim anywhere between 0 and 44,100. All right, that concludes problem number 4.